I think the future of Afghanistan is that Afghans will fight for what it is that they have achieved these last 10 years. You know, one of the things that we don't hear very much about are of all the things that have changed in Afghanistan since 2001, 2003. And we hear all the hard stories, and I understand that. But when you think about what Afghanistan is like today, in 2003, there were 900,000 Afghan children in school. They were all boys. And today there are 8 million children in school in Afghanistan, 40% of whom are girls. In Afghanistan 2003, the average lifespan of a man or a woman was 47 years. It's 62 today. 16 million cell phones in Afghanistan today, a free press. And so I think Afghans will fight for what it is they've achieved. The question will be whether we, Indians, Americans, Europeans, have the patience and the courage to help them in their fight. And if we do have that patience, I think things in Afghanistan have the real possibility of going decently for Afghans. And when you say what are the implications are great on both sides. The implications are great if Afghans succeed, because a secure, stable, and prosperous Afghanistan in a secure, stable, prosperous region, very important. And the opposite is true as well. If Afghanistan were to fall back in some fashion, I think Americans and Europeans would suffer, because what would happen? It would again become a ground for terrorism. It would become a ground for instability, and it won't help the region, and that region's a very important part of the future for both Americans and Europeans, and I'd say, since we're here, for Indians as well. There are ways, I think, for Indians, Americans, and Europeans to work together. And let me give you a couple of examples. Number one, India right now is a very large contributor to the aid budget in Afghanistan. And I hope that they will continue to do that, because Americans and Europeans, I think, will do less over time. So working together on aid and official development assistance would be important. Second thing that's really important, and that is the commercial and the business aspects of this. You know, Indian taxpayers, American taxpayers, European taxpayers, I don't think are going to give assistance to Afghanistan forever and ever. So the question is how to move now toward a private sector fueled economic development. And that's why the United States has been in favor of this new Silk Road to try to connect Central Asian economies and South Asian economies. And who's a really important part of that? India. And so Indian investors, Indian business, working with Americans and Europeans, I think can have a very important positive impact. And then third would be a really close consultation on the politics of the future in Afghanistan among Indians, Americans, and Europeans, so that we can continue to focus in on those kinds of issues as well. You know, what I think the really important thing here is, in terms of talking to the Taliban, is that it has to be the government of Afghanistan that talks to the Taliban. If you say to me, oh, is it really important that the United States or Europeans? Not so much. What's really important is that the government of Afghanistan talk to the Taliban. And in that sense, I think there will be a negotiation in the future. I think there's bound to be, because Afghans have to talk to other Afghans about the future of Afghanistan. And that's the key thing. You know, these wars end. And the war in Afghanistan will end, but it won't end militarily, it will end politically. And the question is whether the people in Afghanistan will shape that end or be shaped by it. And their ability to speak to one another about their collective future is the most important thing. Now, countries like the United States, Europeans, Indians, maybe we can help open the door, but that conversation's got to be among Afghans.